and welcome back to History Videos for Kids. Today, we are going to be talking about the Boxer Rebellion in China. For a long time, the countries that resided in Europe were making efforts to sneak into China. You see, right after the Opium War had ended, China was forced to open their ports to British and American vessels. While all of these ships were coming in and out, the country of Russia was scheming to come up with a plan of their own. They were hoping to advance their land into China, more specifically, a place called Manchuria, which was in the northern province of China. In the year of 1897 and 1898, British and German soldiers occupied some of the southern provinces and one of the meaningful ports that sat along the Yellow Sea. A group of Chinese citizens decided to rebel, and so they formed what they called a secret society. When a group was called secret, it just meant that the group or groups was not recognized by the government. These societies were made up of Chinese people who were very loyal to their country and were willing to fight for it, but weren't necessarily agreeing with their government. They didn't feel like they were being protected, and that is when they decided to take action. In English, the name of this particular group is the Society of Righteous and Harmonious Fists. Now that's a unique name, isn't it? Many people who didn't want to say that mouthful called the society the Boxers. The Boxers were excellent fighters with much skill. They, however, believed that not only could they have such skill, but that they could also have spirits that gave them even more power and adeptness. One of the strange things they did before a fight was start foaming at the mouth. They for some reason believed that if they did this, they would be protected from bullets and other things that could kill them in battle. Soon their slogan became, "Destroy the foreigners." They were going to make war with Chinese Christians and missionaries. They claimed that the new Christian converts were traitors to the country of China. As for the missionaries, the Chinese believed that they had brought Western ways into China. They felt like the Western traditions were ruining their ancient traditions. German missionaries were the first to be attacked. Many of them were killed. The Christian friends of the missionaries were also killed, even though they were Chinese. So many people died, including the German ambassador. While the emperor refused to say that he supported the Boxers, it wasn't hard to tell that his court officials and even his own aunt agreed with it. His aunt's name was Cixi, and she was the true ruler. Even though her nephew technically had the title emperor, it didn't take very long for him to make so many mistakes that he was eventually disliked by the people of China. After seeing how fruitless her nephew's efforts were, she quickly won the hearts of the Chinese people over, killed her nephew's officials, and banished him to a small island. She was now in control, and she was going to do everything in her power to get rid of the foreigners, which she hated so much. More missionaries were killed, churches were burnt to the ground, and much more. Governments from all across the globe sent messages to Cixi, pleading with her to put an end to this outrage. She faked that she would stop, but in reality, she hoped that the Boxer Rebellion would continue to grow. Foreigners fled for their life. They went to embassies located in Beijing. They closed the gates in the nick of time. Many Boxers surrounded the embassies, loudly shouting, "Protect the country, destroy the foreigners." The foreigners were in trouble. So many people were dwelling within the compound that food soon became scarce. Inside the compound, there was a stable that contained 150 racehorses. When all other means of food were gone, the people inside soon began eating the racehorses. Many soldiers from several different countries came to their rescue. 19,000 soldiers headed to Beijing. They killed the Boxers and eventually freed the missionaries, foreigners, and Christian Chinese. As for Cixi, she barely escaped with her own life. She disguised herself as a beggar, fled with her nephew, and jumped in a cart that soon left the city. That is the story of the Boxer Rebellion in China. We hope you enjoyed this skit. See you next time.